Hey guys, it's Rick. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here for Pixi Dust Design today, and we are going to talk about a couple of different things. But the most importantly, we're going to talk about the impact of color on your projects. So we're going to use the Bunny Mug die set, and I'm going to cut this out from white cardstock. This is a great thing you can cut out with scraps. I just have some cardstock panels that I have off on the side that I'm just going to cut this out. I believe this is 110-pound cardstock. It's good cardstock weight for die cutting, so that's why I chose it. But I'm going to line everything up on my pieces of cardstock, and I'm just going to take those down and line them up, and then I'm going to run them through my die cutting machine. Now, I did line every piece of this die set up, and it was super easy to cut out. But you can see I just have plain white cardstock. I'm going to line all of them up here. This is one way that you can get a more bang for your buck when you are crafting. You can just cut things from white cardstock and add your own color if you would like. So we're going to color these up. This is one way we're going to impact our coloring is by, or the impact of coloring is by coloring our die cuts our own custom color. So I've just got some alcohol markers here, and I'm going to color my bunny mug with warm gray markers. I chose the warm gray just because I liked the way they looked, and I'm just starting off by filling in the die cut with my lightest color just to map out my colors where my shadows are going to go. So I like to do that with the lightest color, and that's another way that you can get a good impact on your card designs is by mapping out your shadows first. Now I can come in with my shadow colors, which is my darkest colors, and start filling those in and blending them out. These are also the warm gray markers. I think it's 9, warm gray 9, warm gray 7, warm gray 4, and warm gray 6, I think is what I used. But that's, you can use whatever color you want. You can do this with any color combination. But we're just going to put in our shadow colors first, and then we will blend those out. But this way, I get more of an impact with my colors because I'm creating a custom color cardstock for my project. And I can create this by doing any color combination that I want. If I wanted this to be a pink bunny mug, I could totally make this a pink bunny mug. So I'm just going to color this up, filling in my shadows. You do want to be aware of your shape of your object. For instance, with the bunny mug being round, your coloring is going to need to have some curved strokes in it so that you make it look and appear rounded. As you can see here, I'm coming in, my strokes are kind of curved in the middle. That's because that would be, it gives the illusion of it being a more round object. So I'm just going to blend that out, and then I'm going to blend the center out in just a second and smooth everything out together. Sometimes you might have to let it dry, come back and do a second coat. But anyway, so what it gives you the illusion of there being a rounded object, and it's just a piece of white cardstock. So again, this is also a great way to use up your scraps of cardstock because you can get more bang for that buck. And we all want to get more bang for our bucks. And the Pixi Dust Designs die sets make it super easy to get a lot of bang from your cardstock because they're super easy to cut out, they're super easy to put together, they're super easy to color. So that's one thing you might want to think about. All right, so we're going to come back and we're adding another layer of color to the handle of our mug to just give that a little bit more life. And then I'm going to color up the rest of the pieces. Make sure you follow your etch lines, especially if you're using Pixi Dust Design dies. They are great because they have the etch lines in it. So it tells you where a shadow should be or where something is supposed to be connected. You can see right there on the ear, there was that etch line under where the ear folded over. I knew that that would have a shadow under it because it's laying on top of the other object. That's something to always be aware of. A shadow will be where an object is overlaying the other object. For that, I just had to color just one solid color because there's a great little die in there that does the inside of the ear. For his little nose, I'm going to do shadow toward the inside because it's going to be dipped in a little bit. So to give that illusion and to have that impact that we've been talking about, it's going to have deeper shadows in towards the nose and then come out to make it look more rounded. And if you could see me making hand movements, you would totally understand what I'm talking about. Now for the little pieces, I just kind of held them down. I did use a craft tool, a craft pick every once in a while to hold it, but I did get a little inky. So I'm going to color up all my little pieces. And for the eyes, I just colored them one solid color. I didn't worry about blending. Same for the whiskers. You could totally cut this out of colored cardstock, but this is just a way that you can create your own custom color cardstocks and create your own custom die cut pieces by using those custom pieces. All right, so there's our little pieces of our eyes. We're going to finish up in just a second. I did decide to give the eye, inside part of the eye, a little shadow. I ended up going back and changing that after a little while. I took my white gel pen and fixed some pieces. But all in all, super easy to do. And you're going to get a lot more impact from your cardstock by using those white scraps. And it helps you use up your scraps, which is a great thing. All right, for our carrot, we're going to color it in 3 different shades of oranges, a light, medium, and dark. I ended up changing that lightest color because I didn't really like it on the top part of the carrot. This is a layering little carrot. So you do have 2 dies for this in the set that it cuts out the outside part and the behind part. So I did go back and change a little bit of that. I'm going to do a little tip-to-tip coloring right there to blend that in a little better. And then my little top part of my carrot is done. For the underneath, I went in with the lightest color and then added just a little bit of shading under there. You're not really going to see too much of that. For the greens, top of the carrots, I just colored them green. I did add a little shading to the top part that overlaps and added little shade marks just to give it a little impact and a little bit more oomph onto our little die cut pieces. For the little whipped cream, I did do a 3-color blend on that. You could totally just like add some stickles or something to it if you wanted to, maybe a little shadow if you wanted it to be white. I decided my whipped cream is going to be mint because that was the color palette I was working with. So I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to add my little ear pieces. I'm going to blend those out with my R's, the lightest R's. I think it's R20, R18, R19, maybe R20 in my marker set. So I just add a little shading to those. And then for my coffee, I added a little browns. I'm sure these are BR1, BR2, BR3 because those are my favorite browns in this set. So we're going to add everything together now. Now look at all those beautiful colored die cuts. You cannot get this by cutting it out of just plain plain colored cardstock without a lot of work. It's much easier to use that white cardstock and create your own custom blends, and it adds a lot of definition to your cards. As you can see in our video right here, you have a lot more definition than I would just by cutting this out of plain cardstock. I can also create my own custom colors. I know I've said that a couple times already, but again, if you want a pink bunny mug, by George, color you some white cardstock and make you a pink bunny mug. It'd be cute. I might have to do that. Let me know in the comments if you want me to make a pink bunny mug. Excuse me. All right, so we're layering all our pieces up together. I'm just using liquid glue for this, and I use liquid glue to attach all my pieces to my bunny mug. Sorry guys, had to get a little drink. Getting a little coffees. All right, so we're going to layer our eyes on. I found it easier to put the eyes on first on the bunny mug, because then that let me figure out where the nose was supposed to go. Little teeth that I just put on. I love these teeth. They're hysterical. They make me laugh. So we're going to pop on his little nose right there. And then we can add in our whiskers. We're just going to add a little liquid glue behind there and a little liquid glue on the other side and put on our little whiskers. He's so cute. I just love this little bunny mug. I got a chick one too that I need to use, and it's so cute also. I love it. All right, so here's our coffee in there. We're going to add, needed to touch up a little spot. So we're going to attach our ears. And remember, there are etched lines on there, so it makes it super easy to figure out where to line things up. Pixi Dust Designs makes these die cuts so easy to use. I love them so much. And I've not been using them that long. And I'm not a die cut person. Y'all have no idea. I am not. I'm a lazy crafter. I like to just pop my cards together and not have to do a lot of die cutting. But for these, I love them. They're super easy. So I've cut a panel out of my stash and embossed it with a wood grain folder because we're going to create a little scene card. So I'm going to add a little ink blending to the edge of that wood grained piece. And we are going to add that to a piece of patterned paper that I had in my stash. I'm going to add the background piece to my card front, and that just fits as the entire card front. This was also where I got my color palette at. I cut that scalloped piece out with the same die that I had in my stash. Don't be afraid to mix and match your supplies to get more bang for your buck. It's always good to have something new and mix it with older products that you have in your stash. That's why I love the Pixi Dust Designs products. They're super easy to mix and match. So there is my little scene, little wall. I'm going to decide where I'm going to put my little bunny mug. I did cut my little sentiment out using alpha dyes I had in my stash also to go along with that. And I did color that paper off screen so that it would match my little mint green mug, mint green whipped cream. I'm like, what is that? It's whipped cream. So I just cut that out, and I am going to pop those on. I think this was just a scrap piece of cardstock that I already had stamped on some stuff, and I just colored it up. I'm just going to say hi there. I think it's a super cute little card, especially for Easter or birthdays or any time like that, to just say hi there and send a cute little card with a little Easter bunny on it. You could totally make these into little treat holders. It is designed for that also. That's another thing I like about the Pixi Dust Design stamps. It's because they're very versatile. There I'm going back and fixing the white of my eyes. I didn't like all the shadow. And I'm going to add a few highlights with my gel pen to finish off this card and make it pop a little bit more. And that's another thing about getting more for your impact from your color is you want to add your highlights. And those can go in the darkest areas. And it helps just draw your attention into your lighter areas. So there's a look at the card. I'm just checking it out. I'm going to add a little more, lighten up those little whites of the eyes. Double checking my pupils. And I'm going to add a little glitter to it. And there's a finished card. Here's a closer look at the card. If you like this video, you're probably going to like the one that's coming up next. See you in the next video, guys. Bye. Love you.